Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again with another celeb reading. This time it's going to be on Trump and Melania. So I just did a reading on the Obamas, put a link to it up here, and their relationship. So I figured time to do Trump's. So in the inauguration, Melania kind of like dodged his kiss. And I remember in his last presidential run, she was constantly like knocking his hand away from her hand. And there's always been tension between the two of them. She also has very different political beliefs in some takes of his. So I'm kind of curious to see how their dynamic is and what's going on, and if she's happy about being the first lady again, or what's the tea. So remember, these readings are all legendary tapers only, and let's get started. So please, if you like these, join YouTube members. There's a join button down below. $5, $10, or $15 tier, you get access to exclusive celebrity readings, exclusive videos from me, pick a cards, story times, vlogs, and you can win a reading from me. So hit the join button down below. You're missing out. I will say, I know this look was controversial, but I thought it was a serve. It was given Hat Man realness. I did a reading on that if you haven't seen it before. And I loved every minute of it. I thought it was chic. She's got great fashion, y'all. Like, she looks good. But anyways, let's look at their dynamic. So I'll put her on the left and Donald Trump on the right. Oh. Oh, I'm out of focus. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. She wears the pants a little more than we thought. I was not expecting that. Okay. So the King of Cups is upright for him, which tells me that he actually really loves her. Like, this man is like fully invested in her. Like, she's his perfect wife. Like, that's like, he loves everything about her. Genuinely. That's shocking to me. That he's like that madly in love with her still. That's kind of nice, I guess. Usually people who are together this long, it's not that strong, but the King of Cups, like, that's like, I'm obsessed with you. Now she showed up as the Emperor, which is quite interesting because the Emperor is a dominant energy. And I think she's a little bit more dominant in that role than we realize. I mean, I think she wears the pants a little more than we realize. I mean, that usually is an indication of a woman who gets whatever she wants and, again, is in charge. Think of it like, in the extreme, an emperor would be a dominatrix. But like in, a regular relationship, that's just like, what I say goes. Yeah, wouldn't think that on the first glance, but damn, okay, work. Now, Three of Swords is between the two of them, which is heartbreak, which tells me that, yeah, they're going through a little bit of a tough time. This is not shocking to me. Now, Three of Swords is a heartbreak. A lot of times that is a breakup. However, in a situation like this, I sincerely doubt that they're going to break up. They've been together so long already. To me, this is probably indicative of the fact that she does not like to be first lady. We already know this. We already know she's very vocal about her issues. She hates Christmas. Me too, girl. So like, that kind of makes sense. I think for right now, she's just pissed. Knight of Pentacles is about consistency. But that's also about the same old, and the Strength card is vulnerability, Eight of Pentacles. She just doesn't want to have to do all that work. She just feels like it's so much work and so much responsibility, and she's just annoyed. I'm in her energy, and she's just, she's just mad. I don't want to do all that work. I don't want to have to do all of this. Like, this is annoying. But what's interesting, too, about that Knight of Pentacles, she fucking hates that job. She also hates this job for him. When I look at her energy, I just see her being like, ugh. This woman just wants to sit at home and be pretty and do what she wants to do and raise her kids. Like, she does not want to, she doesn't have that hunger and that drive. And I think what's interesting about their dynamic is the Ten of Cups is reversed, the Hermit's reversed, and the Three of Pentacles, which tells me that I know he kind of like stumbled into, running for president kind of accidentally in the beginning. And for her, she feels a little betrayed by that because for her, she's like, this wasn't our happily ever after. And this hurts our family. I think she has resentment towards him because the things that he has done and the way the public has reacted to what he's done and said has put a target on her family's back. And she almost is like, I'm having a hard time forgiving you for putting my kids in danger. Your political run has put our family directly in harm's way, and I'm frustrated about that. So, I mean, I guess that's a natural reaction, right? So there's like this frustration that she's having and this resentment that she's building towards him of like, you're putting my babies in danger. And that's also like, it's like, this is not what we wanted. Like, I didn't want to live in a White House. I wanted to live in my house. I didn't want to do all of this. And I also feel like for her, she kind of feels like, you're very different than when I met you. Like, you're very different. Because the Hierophant is reversed, which is like marriage reverse, which tells me like, this is not who I married and this is not what I wanted. You know, the Hierophant reverse is sometimes a divorce, but the Five of Pentacles is upright and the King of Swords, which tells me that there's an issue here, because it's like, as I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if they were a regular couple, she would have left already, for sure. But they're not, right? So with the Five of Pentacles and the King of Swords, there's a feeling of her being like, our goals don't align. And for you, you need me. And it's just this weird kind of like, I know you need me. I don't want to do this, but I don't want my kids. It's for her, it's the kids. She's like, I don't want my kids to have to deal with it, so I'll deal with it. She's a very nurturing spirit, you guys. Very mama bear, like a very, very, very nurturing, loving mother type energy is what I'm feeling. Like, she really genuinely wants to like protect her children. And so I think she's in the position she's in, and she's like, well, I'll just deal with it so my kids don't have to deal with the fallout of things like that. Do I think that she's in love with him? No. I don't. Do I think he's in love with her? Madly. Obsessed. Like, madly in love with her. The apple to his eye. Would do anything for her. Yes. I genuinely believe that he is literally in love with her. I also think that if anybody were to like try to like get at him or try to destroy him, she's the only one that could. This woman is like the only person he would ever like listen to. Now the Queen of Swords is upright, the Page of Cups, and the Six of Cups. That's the past. So she's talked about this before, about how she doesn't really like his abortion views and things of that nature, and that she doesn't like the government in her business. And we know that she has a lot of left-leaning ideologies, not that she's fully left-leaning. And it also makes sense when we have the Page of Cups and the Queen of Swords and the Six of Cups, like the past. He used to be a Democrat before, and then he switched to Republican. So when they were together, he was a Democrat. This kind of makes sense to me, where she's kind of feeling like, I'm reminiscing on the past of how things used to be. Queen of Swords tells me that she felt like she was more of an individual back in the beginning of their relationship, and now she feels like she's more of a unit. This woman's very independent. So for her, she's kind of feeling like, I'm feeling stifled, because now it's Trump and Melania. It's not just Trump doing his own thing and Melania can do her own thing. Like, she almost had to drop a lot of the things that she was doing, and didn't have, and couldn't do the things she used to do because of this. So she's, again, resentful, because she's like, you kind of ruined a lot of the things that I like to do. And, you know, a lot of people I like to spend time with, and a lot of the things I like to do, they're all gone. I can't do that anymore. I mean, I also think, you know, being a president, you have or a presidential family, right? You have to have security, and you can't go do certain things. You need clearance, and she hates that. She feels trapped in that lifestyle. But he's in love with her, guys. Like, he would do anything for her. That's why I'm saying, I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, at this point, I feel like they're going to be together forever. But maybe this is what he likes. Like, I mean, he genuinely, I see him liking someone who's dominant and liking someone who's like a boss. And she's kind of a boss. She's a little bit more cold, you know, and reserved and pulled together. And he likes that. I think it's probably the case of the fact that like, he's so charming that he probably, you know, got whatever he wanted. And here's this woman that will never give him what he wants. And it's that kind of like cat and mouse game that probably keeps him obsessed with her. It makes sense. The Sun's upright, the Two of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is like walking on eggshells, right? But the Two of Cups upright and the Sun. I mean, I feel like that's Trump walking on eggshells around her. She's actually really funny to me. Now that I'm reading her, I'm like, this is kind of funny. Like, she's just kind of like, she's just not happy or impressed. She gives him nothing. Look at this. It's like, oh, this is happiness and this is the relationship, right? But I walk on eggshells. I walk on eggshells to make you happy. Like, she makes him go through hoops and hurdles because she feels like I do the same for you. I don't want to do this shit. And he knows she doesn't want to do that shit. So she's like, I don't want to do this shit. I'm doing this. Your turn. King of Wands, Death reverse, and Five of Cups. I think that this presidency, we're going to see a different side to her. They have to compromise. So I don't know if she's going to be forced to kind of like be a little bit more, you know, like on his team and agreeing with all of his stuff, or if she's going to, so that she can get what she wants, or if she's going to like hardcore rebel. I can't quite figure out which direction she's going to go. All I know is that their relationship is going to be a big talking point for everyone because there's something where they're not aligned. So to me, that only goes one of two ways. That means that either she's going to be forced to kind of agree with all of his stuff, and it's going to be obvious, and she's not going to be able to fake the funk because she's a bad liar. So she's not going to be able to fake the funk, and we're going to be like, there's no way you actually believe that. You don't know what you're talking about. Or it's the opposite, where she just continues to rebel and say other things to contradict him, because it's what we're going to be talking about, is the fact that the two of them are not super aligned. It's going to be a hot button issue. And we're going to be talking about this. I'm sure I'll do more readings on it because I think we're going to get a lot of sound bites from Melania these next couple of years. I really feel like it. Because the King of Wands upright in the Death card, which to me is about, it's like the last term, right? So it's like his last 4 years. And I think as we start to get there, I think she's just going to be like, I can't. Yeah, because I think that there's going to be pressure for her to do something politically, and she's not having it. There's some sort of pressure for her to do something politically, and she's not having it. She's like, absolutely not. I'm not fucking doing it. Oh my God. Look at that Queen of Pentacles. I don't want to leave my house. That's what I don't want to do. That's what that means. That's like, no. I want stability and security. That's all I want. I don't want to do this shit. I don't care about this. I don't care. She doesn't care, you guys. Like this, she doesn't care about like anymore. She doesn't want to like better the world. She doesn't want to like make peace. She wants to sit at home and look and take care of her family. That's it. That's literally all she wants to do. She's over it. 10 of Wands reversed, Fool reversed, and the 5 of Swords. There's another Trump kid. I don't know. I don't know who's the mom of all the kids, so I don't know if it's necessarily her kid, but there's another Trump kid here that I think she's going to kind of be like, why don't you go ask her to do it? Or why don't you go ask him to do it? Like there's like go let them deal with it. Oh shit. Her son is Barron, right? I get it now. That just clicked for me. She doesn't want Barron in politics. I like my suitcase. She doesn't want him in politics at all. That's what this is. That's what go focus on your other children. Okay. That's where I'm like, why is she so fiercely loyal over this? And why is she compromising? What's at stake? What could be at stake for her to have to compromise? It's her son. Keep him away from this shit. That's literally her only complaint right now is keep him away from this shit. Devil, 6 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands. She feels like it's like a negative, toxic environment and it changes people and she doesn't want him anywhere near it. So for her, she's like, don't you dare. I think that's why we haven't seen a lot of him and we haven't really heard a lot and we haven't really seen Trump like pushing him super hard. It's because she will not allow it. That's why. And Trump listens to her. So she's just like, it's not happening. Don't even think about it. And she tells her son that too. Stay out of it. Ace of Pentacles reverse, 6 of Pentacles reverse, and Magician. She's like, don't you dare. Because what you think you're signing up for is not what you're going to get. So don't you even think about it. Magician being reversed is like saying one thing and doing another here, because it's like misdirection with the Six of Pentacles reversed next to it. And so for her, it's like, just please your father for as long as you can, but make sure you do what you want to do and don't get lost in it. This is interesting. Honestly, I'm kind of fascinated now. Now I need more tea. Now I need to do more readings because I need more tea. This was really, really interesting for me. I'm invested now. I mean, they are going to be our presidential family for the next 4 years. So I'm sure there'll be more tea to read on. But be nice in the comments. Don't attack each other. I'll just turn them off. I don't care. And join the YouTube members if you really like this content. Until next time, bye guys. Not me leaving this reading being like, wait a minute. I resonate with Melania's energy. I'm also not very nice to men.